Hello and welcome to another post, and this is episode 3 of the Forensic Audit series. Now in this I'm going to speak of one of the recent corporate frauds that have been detected as such, but I am not commenting anything or saying it is guilty as such, because till now there is no proof as such. It is allegations and all are put, but proving guilty is a complete separate thing. So do not comment or do not quote me on any of the things what I say. Whatever I am speaking here is purely from educational perspective and understanding how corporate frauds occur. So this is the case of the former managing director and chief executive officer of ICICI Bank, Mrs. Chanda Kochar, who has been allegedly said to have caused a misconduct in her fiduciary duties, and there has been conflict of interest. A loan of rupees 3,250 was given by her influence, which is said by her influence, to Videocon Group, which is led by Mr. Venugopal, and he in turn had given a benefit to New Power Renewable, which is a company led by Mr. Deepak Kochar, the husband of Miss Chanda Kochar. So why am I speaking about this case as such? So this is one of those classic examples where there is a conflict of interest, there's a breach of contract, there's breach of code of conduct, and there's money laundering involved. So here in this video I want to speak on money laundering. So what is money laundering as such? So money laundering is when there is certain money or the source of the money is not disclosed, and that money is rooted in the proper financial legitimate economy of the country, which was earned by through some illegal means. So this is called money laundering. Now you will say ki money laundering, okay, if illegal money is caught, then why was it not restricted or why was it not stopped? But when this money laundering is done by this fraudsters, who are sometimes be also professionals, they do into such complex transactions that it is very difficult to detect unless and until you get the root and you trace all those transactions systematically. So what are some of the money laundering techniques that are being used and which have been detected, so which forms as a case study for us to learn for the future? I like the first one is bulk cash smuggling, where cash is involved and it is deposited and then it is transferred to some other country and it comes into a bank account and which looks legitimate money. The second one is smurfing. Under smurfing, if there's a huge amount of illegal cash, which is like 10 lakhs or 10 crores, it is not deposited in one shot, but it is broken into small amounts and deposited regularly. So if there is a trigger limit in the bank saying ki any amount above this will be investigated, it does not reach to that limit, and hence sometimes investigations do not happen. So this becomes smurfing. Trade based laundering, so in which embezzlement of money is involved, and based on invoices, sometimes high and low, money is rooted in the economy. Whenever there is cash intensive business, now not all businesses within the economy or smaller businesses cannot everyday roll out in a cashless system. So there is cash involved a lot of times. So when this cash gets deposited into the bank, it is very difficult to find out whether it is legal business cash or it's illegal non-business cash. Shell companies. Shell companies are those companies sometimes incorporated by such fraudsters in tax haven countries, or sometimes in a normal country like India, and money is deposited into that via country wise. So you cannot exactly find out who's the originator, who's the ultimate beneficial owner of that money. So taking those illegal cash and putting it into the clean economy of a country, spoiling the economy of the country, hampering its inflation and everything, is one of the biggest frauds that can happen. One of the facts which I want to say is in a report by Kroll which is a consulting firm specific and in specialty in forensic audits and all, have found out almost 250 scams have occurred in India since 1947, which is accounted for almost 20 trillion US dollars loss in India. A good to know stuff कि many regulatory authorities nowadays, whenever there's a notice or a whistleblower, they are first going to do a forensic audit of that case. It be RBI or it be ED or it be Serious Fraud Investigation Office or it be CBI. So this is all what I wanted to tell you in this episode. Thank you.